Welcome to CBR. The MCU is moving forward into a new phase, and it's all about fresh faces. Today on CBR, we explore everything about the new generation of heroes in Marvel. Let's get started. The Young Avengers are basically the next-gen heroes of the MCU, stepping up as the OG Avengers either retire, die, or get lost in the multiverse. Marvel has been sneakily introducing team members across different movies and shows, setting things up just like they did with the original Avengers. A lot of these new heroes have direct ties to the old ones. Some are legacy characters, some are proteges, and some are just showing up at the perfect time to carry the torch. The lineup is already taking shape. Kate Bishop showed up in Hawkeye, proving she's got the skills and the sarcasm to take over for Clint. WandaVision gave us Billy and Tommy Maximoff, aka Wiccan and Speed, who inherited their mom's chaos magic and their uncle's super speed. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier introduced Eli Bradley, the grandson of a forgotten super soldier who is primed to become Patriot. America Chavez burst onto the scene in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, flexing her insane multiversal travel powers. Cassie Lang got a major upgrade in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, stepping into the hero game with her size-changing abilities. Loki gave us Kid Loki, a younger and possibly more dangerous version of everyone's favorite Trickster. Then there's Riri Williams, who made her debut in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and is essentially Iron Man 2.0 with a DIY suit. Marvel loves playing the long game, and they've been planting the seeds for this team for years. Just like the original Avengers were all introduced separately before finally assembling, the Young Avengers are on a similar trajectory. If the comics are anything to go by, they could come together to deal with Kang the Conqueror, since their first big mission involved stopping his younger self, Iron Lad. Even with Avengers Kang Dynasty cancelled, the Kang storyline could still continue with a younger actor recast in the role. Either way, they're coming, and it's only a matter of time before they officially join forces. With most of the original Avengers either out of the picture or passing on their legacies, the Young Avengers are the fresh blood the MCU needs. The setup is already in place, whether they get their own Disney Plus series or a full-on movie. The only question left is when will they finally assemble? Also, with the evolution of the MCU, the Young Avengers roster could feature new faces who are not part of the team in the comics, changing the team's dynamics and ushering in even more young heroes to protect the multiverse from new threats. Here are some of the heroes we think may become surprising members of the Young Avengers in the future. The MCU is all about passing the torch, and Thor: Love and Thunder low-key introduced one of the most powerful new heroes in the franchise love, the resurrected daughter of Gore the God Butcher. Played by Chris Hemsworth's real-life daughter, India Hemsworth, Love isn't just a random side character, she's a major setup for the future of the MCU. With cosmic abilities, insane strength, and a god-tier mentor in Thor, she's basically the next-gen powerhouse that could shake up the universe.
What did you do?
Yeah, I suppose it did. I love it. Very creative.
Gore starts as a regular guy who loses his daughter in the desert. Then he swears vengeance on the gods for ignoring his suffering and goes full supervillain thanks to the Necrosword. He spends most of the movie wiping out gods left and right, but by the end, he has a change of heart. Instead of using his eternity wish to destroy all gods, he revives his daughter, entrusting her to Thor before he dies.
Protect her. Protect my love.
That's a pretty big deal, not just because she's back, but because she's different. Love is literally resurrected by eternity, one of the most powerful cosmic entities in Marvel lore, meaning she's got some next-level potential. We don't get to see a full breakdown of Love's abilities, but based on what we do see, she's already overpowered. Love has the power of superhuman strength and durability. She casually wields Stormbreaker, something only beings like Thor and Thanos have done before. That's not just strong, that's god tier. She also has the power of cosmic energy manipulation. She can shoot glowing purple energy blasts from her eyes, which is something no other Asgardian or human has done before. This is definitely linked to her eternity resurrection. She apparently would be immortal, it's unclear, but considering she was reborn through eternity, she might not even age like a normal being. She could be on her way to full-on cosmic godhood. With a skill set like that, she's already a top-tier fighter and she hasn't even been fully trained yet. Imagine what happens when Thor actually teaches her how to fight properly. One of the biggest changes at the end of Love and Thunder is Thor's new role as a mentor. He's no longer just an Avenger or a wandering god, he's a dad now, responsible for raising and training Love. The final scene shows them going into battle together as Love and Thunder, which is equal parts hilarious and awesome. Thor has always been a powerful warrior, but he's never really had to teach anyone before. Now he's got a student who might eventually surpass him. This also means we'll get a different side of Thor in future movies. We've seen him as a reckless prince, a noble hero, and a broken man dealing with loss now. We'll see him as a mentor. That shift makes his character even more interesting and gives Love a solid reason to be in the spotlight. Beyond her powers, Love is a unique character in the MCU because she isn't just another legacy hero or sidekick. She's got a direct tie to a cosmic entity, Eternity, which gives her a completely different origin than other young heroes. She also has a family connection to both a villain Gore and a hero Thor, setting up future internal struggles and possible story arcs. Potential to become one of the strongest characters in the MCU, especially if she grows into her abilities. With Marvel moving towards Secret Wars and more multiversal insanity, having a character like Love who could have a reality-altering cosmic destiny adds a whole new layer to the franchise. Right now there's no confirmed sequel for Thor 5, but it's almost guaranteed we'll see Love again. She could show up in Avengers Doomsday, get her own spin-off, or even cross paths with characters like Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, or the Eternals. Her introduction wasn't just a one-off emotional moment, it was Marvel planting a major seed for the future. Black Panther Wakanda Forever dropped a huge surprise that could change the future of Wakanda and the entire franchise. At the end of the movie, we find out that T'Challa had a secret son with Nakia. His real name? Prince T'Challa. Yeah, the same name as his father. This reveal wasn't just an emotional tribute to Chadwick Boseman's legacy, but also a clear sign that Marvel has big plans for the future. Let's be real, Marvel didn't introduce characters like this just for fun. They're playing the long game, and introducing Prince T'Challa is a setup for something major down the road. Right now, he's still a kid, but time works weird in the MCU. With multiversal shenanigans, time jumps, and whatever Doctor Doom is cooking up, we could see him grow into a full-fledged hero sooner rather than later. And when that happens, he's going to be a big deal. One of the most obvious directions Marvel could take is making Prince T'Challa the next Black Panther. Right now, that title belongs to Shuri, but even she admits she's not necessarily holding onto it forever. She stepped up because Wakanda needed a protector, but she's a scientist first and a warrior second. T'Challa Jr., on the other hand, is literally born into this role. His father was the Black Panther, his grandfather was a king, and he's got Wakandan blood running through his veins. That practically guarantees he'll take up the mantle at some point. The question is just when. Marvel has been slowly but surely introducing younger heroes into the mix, and it's starting to look like they're building up to the Young Avengers. We've already got Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, America Chavez, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Eli Bradley, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Cassie Lang, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Prince T'Challa would fit right in as the team's future leader, following in his father's footsteps while bringing in a fresh perspective. He's not just some random kid, he's royalty, he's got Wakandan tech, and when the time comes, he'll have the enhanced abilities of the Black Panther. That's Young Avengers MVP material right there. And let's not forget where he's been raised. Nakia took him to Haiti to live away from the pressures of Wakandan royalty, meaning he's growing up with a very different perspective than his father did. He's not locked into the politics of the throne from birth, and that makes him unique. When he eventually steps into the hero world, he'll bring a mix of Wakandan traditions and a more global outlook, which could be a huge shift for the character of Black Panther. His father struggled with the idea of Wakanda opening up to the world, but Prince T'Challa might not have the same hesitations. That alone could shape the future of Wakanda's role in the MCU.
What would you have Wakanda do about it?
Share what we have.
If you are not so stubborn, you would make a great queen.
I would make a great queen because I am so stubborn.
Another major way Marvel could develop Prince T'Challa is through the upcoming Wakanda Disney Plus series. We still don't know much about it, but this show could be the perfect place to explore his early years, his training, and his relationship with Shuri and the rest of Wakanda. Imagine Okoye training him in combat, M'Baku teaching him about strength and leadership, and Shuri guiding him in science and tech. That would be a killer setup for his eventual rise as Black Panther. Marvel loves slow burn character arcs, and this would be the perfect way to build him up before he fully steps into the spotlight. Of course, there are challenges ahead. Marvel has to handle his character with care, because he's not just a cool new hero, he's a legacy character. The original T'Challa meant so much to fans, and his son needs to be written in a way that honors that legacy while still making him his own person. He can't just be a carbon copy of his father, he has to grow into the role in his own way. If Marvel nails that balance, we could be looking at one of the most important characters in the next phase of the MCU.
My name is Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa.
The biggest question right now is when we'll see him take center stage. With Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars coming up, the MCU is about to go through a lot of chaos. If time travel or multiversal weirdness comes into play, we could even see a grown-up Prince T'Challa way sooner than expected. Or Marvel could take the slow approach and have him gradually grow into his role over the next few phases. Either way, his introduction wasn't just a cool Easter egg, it was a promise. A promise that the Black Panther legacy isn't over. Phyla from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is shaping up to be another of the MCU's next big heroes, and it's super exciting to think about where she could go in future movies. If you've seen the post-credits scene, you know Phyla's one of the new recruits for the Guardians, joining the team alongside Rocket, Groot, and the rest. She's still a bit of a mystery, but everything about her points to her being a major part of the MCU's cosmic future. First off, Phyla's kind of a fresh face, and that's exactly what the MCU needs as it moves into this new phase. We've seen the original Guardians, Iron Man, Captain America, and the Avengers crew, but now the MCU is slowly transitioning into a new generation of heroes. Phyla is taking the mantle from the old guard and adding a little more youthful energy to the mix. It's kind of like how we've seen characters like Kate Bishop at Hawkeye and Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, step up and take their place in the spotlight. Phyla is definitely part of that trend, and you can feel that she's one of the newer, younger characters meant to carry the MCU forward. Now, let's talk about her powers. That's where things get really cool. From what we've seen so far, she's got some crazy potential. In the comics, Phyla-Vell, her comic counterpart, has cosmic energy powers, and considering the MCU's trend of making characters super OP, Phyla might have some version of that ability. She's got this glowing aura and seems to be super agile, so she's definitely not your average hero. If they give her the full cosmic energy treatment, she could be one of the more powerful characters in the MCU, especially in the spacefaring stories that are becoming more and more important. I mean, with the Marvels and Nova coming up, Phyla could easily play a huge role in those cosmic battles. But it's not just about her powers. Phyla's also a cool character because she's part of this growing trend of more diverse heroes in the MCU. In the comics, Phyla is openly queer, and while the movie didn't dive into that part of her yet, there's potential for them to explore it in the future. That's something fans have been asking for more of, and Phyla could really add to that representation. Plus, her backstory as one of the genetically engineered kids of the High Evolutionary adds some serious depth to her character, and there's room for her to grow emotionally as well. Another thing that could be interesting is the dynamic between Phyla and Adam Warlock. Both were created through some weird super science experiments, and they share this weird connection in the sense that they're both kind of new to the universe and trying to figure out their place in it. Seeing them team up, or maybe even clash, could be a great storyline in future films.
Both Solo and his work with King Crimson. What about you, Captain?
This one's kind of special.
Phyla's got the powers, the potential, and the background to be a big player in the cosmic side of things. If Marvel plays their cards right, we could see her become a major part of the team in upcoming films, maybe even in some crossover events where she steps up and shows what she can do.
Do you ever feel a little sad for them?
Yeah, sure. But these townsfolk can't protect themselves.
The MCU's next-gen heroes are ready to step up. Whether it's cosmic adventures or multiverse chaos, these new characters are about to bring something different, and we can't wait to see how they make their mark. Which Young Avengers are you most excited to see in action? Who do you think should be on the team? Tell us in the comments, and remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching CBR.